Yo, what is up, man? It's your boy Damn DPOV, and we are back with part two. If you haven't watched part one, make sure you go check it out so you can understand, like the storyline of this. All right. So this is part two of the lawyers explaining what could potentially happen to Travis Scott. Who's gonna get sued? How they gonna get sued? How are the plaintiffs that are suing them? How are they gonna go about this? Is Travis Scott going to be coming out of his pockets? Is Live Nation responsible? So we actually got Whack 100 is going to be speaking, and he's going to be speaking to two different attorneys. So it's about to get spicy right now. So make sure if y'all new to the channel, man, y'all hit that subscribe button. Let's get it.
I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
I'm sure he knew at that point. He was like, "Damn, I can't move. I gotta lift my baby up over my shoulders so my baby can move."
uh,
You know. But I like me personally. I'll go to a heavy metal concert over a rap.
Wait. See that?
And severally.
Yo, what up with it?
I just got done
Hey,
reading
Wack.
the lawsuit that was filed against Travis Scott. Is sort of aligned with what I was speking to
Who
you about
filed a
earlier
lawsuit on
today.
Travis Scott? Who wasting their
Yeah,
time like that?
who didn't?
a lady who was injured
I heard it was
this
you, Wack.
weekend.
She wasting her motherfucking time. He gonna spend some money on attorneys, but she wasting her motherfucking time suing Travis
Well,
Scott.
what do you remember earlier when I was
But I be
saying
trying to
that they
tell
would
you.
be held jointly and severally responsible? Remember when I was talking about that
But that
in
all
another
depends
room?
on how his deal is written with Live Nation.
Exactly. Well, that's who the suit was filed against. It was filed against him, Drake, Live Nation, and
Now
the
stop. Now
venue.
stop. Wait. See, now that's where the bullshit coming at. Did Drake do a full set, or did he come out as a guest artist on his set?
He came out as a guest.
Came out as a
Now, see, this
guest.
is where people be on some fuck ass shit, and reason why I really start looking at you different because he's Drake, right? He came out on the set, came out, did a song, and left, right? Drake ain't nowhere on the stage when the shit kick off, and this is why when it come to people, I be like, yeah, I feel a little way, but fuck you too, cause you on some bullshit. What the fuck that man got to do with what you talking about?
That's what
So do
I
Thank
you
you,
want
Wack.
me
said.
to? So
Thank
Wag, do you
you.
You
want me
know,
to tell
people
This
do
you in
hate
the
real
on
shit. You
Drake.
know
lawsuit?
what it is? Cause people is playing. They want you to be sympathetic while they play their games, right? Cause come on, man, that's not a Drake show. He came out. It didn't happen while Drake was on stage. Drake didn't tell the crowd to go crazy. He came out, did his Drake shit, got on. Probably was in this SUV on his way out already by the time the shit happened. But you know what? I'm gonna name Drake too.
And I'll tell you how they
Drake
tried to
gotta go
hinge that.
spend some
Suck
attorney
a
Try,
dick,
money.
pic.
so do
One
you
Drake
want
mic.
to
gotta
know?
spend
One
attorney
mic.
money now for no reason. Travis is covered because Live Nation, I already know I hit that deal's written. Live Nation is gonna assume the responsibility of all that shit that's happening out there. Travis is gonna be held accountable for his security, his detail, and the people that's with him. That's how that's gonna happen. Right? So he all right anyway. He ain't gonna take the hit. He been paid. That nigga was paid before. Just know this. Travis was paid before we hit the stage. We don't touch a stage unless we have our whole bag, period.
Facts.
Facts.
The only money that he hasn't been paid is that back end money once he get, they didn't recoup and he get a certain percentage, from the door and all that shit. He gonna get that too. Right? So, at the end of the day, be prepared for the attorneys to come in and say, so you mean to tell me that the city wherever they was at has approved that this area could hold up to 50 or 60,000 people? Are you telling me that these tickets that you purchased that wasn't given away for free? It wasn't like Travis gave away, a Live Nation gave away a bunch of tickets and everybody figured out when they got there who was there. You purchased them motherfucking tickets, right? You bought that ticket and took your ass in there. It been many a
Mm-hmm.
times where I walked in the motherfucking Kaiser Hospital emergency room and seen all the motherfucking people and walked my punk ass right back out because I didn't want to be there, right? So I'm just trying to understand why everybody putting some shit on the dude on stage who's doing the service. He don't own that. He don't own Live Nation. That's not his motherfucking festival. They paid him to use his name for the festival. The difference.
It's just emotion. They don't know who to blame. That's all that is.
No, they know who to fucking blame. Let me tell you who you blame. Them disrespectful motherfuckers who was down there who didn't have consideration of the people in front of them and back of them and on the side of them who started doing the shit they was doing. Because let's be real. Travis, the headliner, if you niggas was getting squished and scrunched and all this, it was artists that performed before Travis. You would have been fucked up before he got on stage. Y'all had some sense and knew how to act when the other artist was up there.
That's a
That's a
fact.
fact. That is a
You know what
fact.
I'm saying? Like, y'all stood there and y'all cheered and threw water and did all these things that fans do to have fun, and that's great. When the other artist was up there, but now all of a sudden, Travis get up there, you get excited, and you don't think about is people in front of me, behind me, on the side of me, is kids in here, is women in here, is whatever in here. Like, it's certain things you can't do. Nah, that's like, come on, man. Like, everybody blaming the nigga on the stage, but don't nobody want to blame the human beings that got common sense and know what not to do that's down there. Some of the people was victims of what the other people did. Nobody want to talk about that though.
Oh yeah, we definitely talking about it.
No,
There's
for
no
real.
self-respect in there. Nobody have respect
Like,
for each
bro,
other.
then it wasn't no gunshots. It wasn't none of that shit that usually causes that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no fights. Like, it's just, somebody decided to start pushing and running and rushing the stage, and there it went.
Hey,
Yeah.
you really think motherfuckers was trying to stick niggas in the arm or whatever the fuck they were trying to say
I
they
mean,
did?
I'll guarantee motherfuckers was
Like
probably trying to still. Let me tell you, not only stick niggas in the
one
arm, niggas was
round
grabbing shit out of
game.
niggas' pockets, purses. I
Man, it
guarantee
was
it's a bunch of wallets
50,000
missing.
people there.
Police confirmed it.
Yeah, they was doing all
Feel
kind of
like a
crazy shit, bro. Like,
You in the
Somebody in the
Matrix, Rick?
Matrix.
No,
Nah,
it's Rick.
I just took my phone off mute. Somebody else was talking when Wax was talking.
no, they was
Um,
doing all kind of
yeah.
crazy shit, bro. I mean, but what kills me is this: if them people wouldn't have started doing what they was doing, and everybody would have went home, it'd been like, oh my god, Travis's show was lit.
That's a
Right.
fact.
Facts.
This
Facts.
was fucking me up, like. And Live Nation, let me tell y'all, all this Travis could have stopped. Man, that nigga would have stopped that show. They probably would have really went crazy. If Live Nation felt something was going on where it should have been stopped, they have the power. Trust me, I know, to kill all sound and it's over with. They've done it to me in game 100 times. They will kill your shit. They can kill that sound and it's done. So Travis is contracted to do an hour, 2 hour, however show. If that nigga stop before that clock stop on his own, he got to face Live Nation. Live Nation gonna say, "Oh, motherfucker, you breach a contract." He gonna say, "No, the people was getting." What you mean? That's the crowd. They are. They getting hyper. That's what you mean. You're entertaining them. They're jumping around. That's what they do. You walked off the set before we paid you to do an hour. We paid you to do 90 minutes, 120 minutes, and you left. Yeah, we need that back. So y'all not understanding the pressure he under. He got to perform. He contracted. On that contract, it spells out how long we have to stay on the stage. Straight up.
Mm.
When this room first started, I was telling people, I'm like, yo, when you sign a contract to do a show, like, don't they usually make you sign insurance?
Bro, it says
And
it. It's 60 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 90 minutes, 120 minutes. It spells out how long we have to be on the stage, bro. And it also spells out what the fuck we got to do on stage so a nigga can't talk 30 minutes. Have to perform a minimum of X amount of songs. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I mean?
So
Like, it spells it out, bro, for
so
real.
so I just got back in. So have we concluded that Travis Scott pockets won't get hit, and
Nah,
he
yeah,
has?
bro, Live Nation
Okay.
is there first, bro.
So we have
So
Okay.
just
that's who to blame.
we've just pinned a copy of the lawsuit to the top of this room if anybody wants to look at it.
They're gonna
Okay.
file. They're
And
gonna
So
I
file. They're gonna file. But Travis gonna pay his attorneys, and what's gonna happen is the attorneys are gonna show up, and they're gonna show where he plays at in the liability and responsibility role when it comes to security of the crowd, and it's gonna name spell out that he ain't got no obligation to that. That's on Live Nation.
okay,
Live
so
Nation
check.
told him what we can come in with. Bro, they don't play no games, bro. You pull in, they be like,
Hell
hold
yeah.
on, we gave you look, it says in the contract, we give you 50 seating passes, right? We'll give you 30 backstage, and that is to include or not include, your media, your hype man, your dancers, a DJ, depending on what's going on with your set. Right? When we show up, bro, right? Management, I got to put all the names and 5 tickets to Reek plus 4. This, I got to leave that shit at will call. And when we show up in the back, they're going to give me a certain amount of passes and wristbands and the shit to go around lanyards. And bro, if you ain't got them, they not letting you the fuck in. They don't give a fuck who you are. Like, it ain't just security going on out there. It's going on backstage too. It's real shit. This how this shit work. They don't give a fuck who you are in your car. I go back, hey, look, can I get 5 more? No, we can't do that because we have 8 artists and our capacity. There's also a capacity for backstage. Believe that. It's a capacity for what's on stage. That shit can only take so much weight or the fall, right? All this is going on. All this is being policed by Live Nation or AEG or whoever it is whose show it is. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Y'all thinking this, so this ain't no fucking Travis like Blueface. That shit Blueface. Let Blueface show up to one of them schools like he be doing, getting on them cars, and that happened, dead bang, it's over with. That's you. That's you showing up, taking upon yourself to do that. That ain't what he did. He showed up to a place that he's contracted to do one thing and one thing only: perform. Anything outside of that is
We'll
on
see.
Live
That's
Nation.
here. Let me interject real quick because that's what I was going to ask. So let me ask you this question: what would he had to do at that show in order for someone to say that he was liable?
Okay, if he'd have did some shit like this, yo, fuck that, y'all tear this motherfucker up, or open it up, I want a mosh pit, or y'all rush the stage. If he'd have gave any instruction or direction, and that led to that, they'd have had it.
Okay, because the FBI says they're investigating previous shows where he did kind of entice the
Okay,
audience to do
now see,
shit. It could.
here come the bullshit, nephew. This is what y'all got to see between the bullshit. Okay, I don't give a fuck if he did something in 2015, 2018, 2020, the day before. We all know in this attorney in here what the fuck he did
Come on, y'all. We need 20 more likes to get to 100. I've been letting y'all live, man. I ain't interrupt the whole time. Come on, 20 more likes.
up today to do it, even though you didn't tell him to do it today. You
no,
just talking.
no. However, they are relying on that, and they're saying that because of his past conduct, and that conduct is admissible because it's within the statutory period under the rules of evidence. And so,
It's
what
admissible
that
to what
that
though?
is for. But hold on a second, let me speak. So it would show propensity to act, with the same conduct.
Mm-hmm.
So the same conduct in the past, right? Was
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you said. He was telling people to fight each other
Mm-hmm.
in the past. In this case,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't telling them to fight each other, but I think they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
say that the fact that he didn't make statements, he had a duty to make statements, and that's the way I read the lawsuit.
Okay, now let me ask you a question,
I'm not
okay?
saying I
I'm
agree
gonna
with
give it
it.
to you in other layman terms, right? So this is what you saying. Uh, even though you been a recovering addict, you've been clean for 5 years because you used to drink and smoke 5 years ago. We gonna blame you for some shit you not doing today. It ain't gonna work. Remember, you fucking with a young nigga with power, with money. You are not gonna get in there and say, well, you did. Okay, I understand what I did 5 years ago, and I was young, and I learned from that. But I did not commit those acts for the very reason why you saying I shouldn't have did it 5 years ago is the very reason why I did not do that on this day. So are you telling me that I did those things 5 years ago today on stage? Can you show me where I did
No,
that? As a matter of
no,
fact, I did the total opposite and stopped and told the security to come help these people. See, that's
right.
propaganda. And they
So,
love to use
so
that against my people.
what
That's
they're
real
gonna
shit.
hinge what they're hinging that argument on, though, I think, is where they say by various acts and omissions. So when they say omissions, they're gonna then say he omitted a prohibitive statement. He didn't tell them to stop, although he did say in certain, instances to stop or get somebody some help. But I think that's what they're
Wait,
gonna.
wait, wait,
That's
wait,
their
wait, 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 wait,
argument.
wait.
And,
I have never seen, and I think some of y'all have been to concerts. I have never seen when I went to buy a fucking ticket, it say on the ticket, you cannot jump around, you cannot cheer. It'll say firearms, weapons, and drugs are not admissible. I've never seen instruction, right, that you cannot jump around and cheer with excitement when an artist is on stage. If that is the case, all the video of the other artists that previously came on, if the crowd was jumping around and cheering and that was prohibited, it should have been shut the fuck down before that man even hit the stage. So what you saying? That jumping around and cheering is prohibited from one artist, but it's cool with others? I don't understand what you saying to me. That's not by his instruction. That is he's performing. He is performing and the crowd is reacting. And I'm pretty sure they reacted jumping around when those other artists hit that stage. So what's what?
hey, my fault. I don't know if y'all went over this yet, but Wack, do you think there should be an age limit to like who can get in? Because I seen a 10-year-old died.
It should be an age limit to who they're with. Like a 10-year-old should have to be with an adult, not a 16-year-old, not
Right.
an 18. You should have to, I feel like a 10-year-old should have to be with an adult.
can
That's just real shit.
file a lawsuit though. I feel like if someone slips and falls at a concert, they file a lawsuit nowadays. You feel me?
But it's not on the artist though. It's gonna be on, the promoter, which is Live Nation.
Right. And they
Exactly, or the
that's
venue.
how I feel.
However, some of these shows are in partnership with, and the
I told
culpability.
you it don't fall on the artist.
They're in partnership with who?
Some shows are in partnership.
Nah, that's them white people who like to like Kiss. They get that kind of shit. They ain't giving us that kind of shit. I'm sorry. We didn't try it. Kiss and shit like that. They let them do it. We have tried. Hey, look, man, we selling out the Staples Center 3 days in a row. Fuck that. Hey, look, man. All right, instead of the 70 million, we give you 90 million for the run. And you know what we do? Fuck it, give us the 90. We out the way. All that shit you talking about, that's a whole nother genre of music. They are not giving us that partnership, bro. We done tried that shit 100 times.
Damn,
Telling you we done tried it.
damn, that's
Cause
crazy.
we know 5 of us together, it's relationships that we can come together and do our own run. They won't even let us buy the venue out. You understand what I'm telling you? We done tried that too. Cause they know if they start letting our black ass buy that venue out, guess what? Guess what we ain't coming back to? We don't need you.
For real.
Or
You know what I'm saying? What the venue
facts.
costs 250,000. All right, we want to use 10 of these venues. That's 2.5. We want to use 10 of these venues. We got that. We got that 2.5. What else? Security, another million. We got 3.5. Now we finna put together motherfucking Kanye, Kendrick, motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Come up in this motherfucker and sell this bitch out. They not
Yo,
doing
for
that.
real.
And they ain't getting none of that parking and that bar and the concessions and that they not doing that, bro. We didn't try that. Cause guess what? The tax accountant is already telling us you got to do something with 20 million, 15 million. You got to go spend it somewhere. Niggas be looking to do that shit. They not letting our black. Telling you, we didn't try it. That man was there. He got another bag for them using um Astro World or whatever. He got a bag and the label got a bag. Cause by right, the label don't own that. Keeping it real, right? That's another bag. the front that it's a Travis Scott festival. That's just like when you saw Drake on the Sprite. You know Drake don't own no motherfucking Sprite, but he's the face of it right now.
We're not talking about ownership, though. We're
Like
talking
with
about any
the
assets can divide into past results into culpability within the contract of a live show.
Okay. Hey, listen, y'all remember I told you this. Live Nation pays $300 million. It's gonna free some shit like that. Now he gonna take a hit because now let me tell you what it's gonna do to Travis. When it come time for a Travis Scott show, the insurance gonna be so motherfucking high, and nobody gonna want to do it,
Facts.
He'll
right?
get a
And then he
he'll
gonna
get a
be so scared to do it himself because of just what happened. He ain't gonna want to do it. So we can expect to see him disappear off that type of shit for a while. But his following is so cold, I'm gonna tell you what he gonna do. They gonna put that nigga in front of the camera and let everybody know on this day, Travis is doing a live streaming tour. $9.99
he'll
and
get a
watch
pol-
what the world do.
he'll get an insurance policy, just like Pearl Jam did after 11 people died, just as the Who did after 11 people died, just as Guns N' Roses did. He'll get a policy. It will be expensive, but he'll get a
No, no,
policy.
no, 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 no. They are offering one, but it's gonna come down to if you gonna see the people you naming with no disrespect, they don't look like us, bro.
I
You know
get
what
it.
I'm saying?
I've
It's a
seen
little different. It's
all
just
facets of this.
right.
yeah, that's what this world is, bro. So shit look, I don't know if y'all might be young. 8 motherfuckers died at a Puffy concert. They did the same shit.
Facts.
A
But
lot
Mike,
of
can I
y'all
ask you a question? I'm just curious. If you were called as an expert witness based on your professional experience, so if you were called as an expert witness to speak on what the communication system would be in case of emergency during a live show, what would that look like?
on this what talking about like far as what we've learned from this, like what the
Or
changes would be.
you mean normal?
generally in your experience, if there were an emergency, what would the
Well, see, let me tell you the first thing they went wrong at. Rolling Loud, they be like 30,000 more than this, like 80,000, right? But if you look at Rolling Loud for one, they break the crowd right in the middle with the railing. It's a walking. So people, the emergency people, the security, they can get to any section of those crowds left or right. These dudes had that shit just running all together, left to right. It wasn't no break. That shit gets dangerous, right? That gets real dangerous because it's no way of you penetrating that. You can't get through that. You can't even see what's going on. So they make a left and a right, and then every so many people they're running the railing through there again. Now you got like let's just say it may be like just throwing a number out there, 3,000 people, and then it's another railing, right? And then another 3, 4,000. They break that shit up. And I don't know why this wasn't like that. But remember, Texas is one of those states, bro, who said we don't give a fuck about no COVID laws. We don't give a fuck about no masks. We ain't doing this. We don't give a fuck about none of that. We operate like we've been operating.
I can answer the question as far as protocols of the line of communication that needs to take place and is normal protocols at all
And
shows.
I, and then let me ask you this question. Does the line of communication for security fall on the artist that's just an artist who knows nothing about security?
On
exactly?
the Well, you gotta let me finish here. So, if something's happening in the crowd, first off, it's not uncommon for an artist to see EMTs doing their work. It happens all the time at every festival. They're not necessarily going to stop. The communication has to get from emergency protocols to the production manager. The production manager and the tour manager then get together with head of security, decide and assess the situation before somebody walks over to the monitor engineer and advises the artist what's going on. This takes time for that communication to happen. It takes time because the EMTs are going to be busy doing their work before they bother communicating with somebody. They're more interested in their patient at the time. This was a situation that was cumulative and not an immediate situation that caused it. It was cumulative. So it took time to come. He didn't play the whole set. Fire marshal was involved in the communication. The artist would be the last to know in his in-ear monitors. They would advise him that we've got an issue, we need to do this, that, or whatever. There would be communication if stopping the show would cause even more problems, like invoking a riot or something else, or do we let emergency security do what they're supposed to do? Now, Wack's right about the difference of rolling loud. It's called crowd compartmentalization. And by that, you limit to like 7,500 people pods so that at the worst, it can only be this instead of allowing some, however, do what's called full field open.
Thank you
So
for
let
that.
me so let me ask you this, Chris. Who do you work for, Chris? And what do
I'm
you
a
exactly?
30.
What's your profession?
I'm the president of Tour Pros International. I've been running international shows for almost 30 years as a tour manager, front of house engineer.
Okay.
I'm not new.
Okay.
And
Well,
I think
welcome to
Black
Trolls
is on the
Nation.
phone right now.
If you Welcome to Trolls Nation. If you are new to the room, welcome. This is the Trolls Nation room on the Clubhouse app. If you're on stage or in the audience and haven't done it yet, go ahead and troll up top, hit the greenhouse, join the club, follow the moderators on stage. You see the title, Travis Scott Pockets finna get hit hard. Supposedly, right? But a lot of people are saying he won't get hit. A lot of people saying that, insurance is there to cover it. Some people are saying that, this has nothing to do with him, period. He's just an artist. So we've got many perspectives. Chris, do you believe that his pockets will be hit since you say you have 30 years of booking tours internationally?
He's going to get hit from legal fees, and they're going to be expensive. And the reason being is that with everything getting thrown against the wall and by all these different people, his attorneys are still going to have to be a part of those depositions of all those other people because they're going to go after everybody with pockets. So the first thing that happens is everybody gets named. Everybody, every vendor, the county's going to get named because it's their property. Live Nation gets named as a promoter. The artist team's going to get named because they're the artist. They will look at possible levels of culpability. They will take in past tweets. There were tweets about this show that have since been deleted. That nobody's going to guess what the court of law is going to be. He's going to get hit hard in legal fees. He will settle some cases because some will be cheaper to settle than to fight or litigate. This is often the case. But he will also, I mean, as far as the insurance goes, it'll be spendy as fuck, but he will be able to get insurance. This isn't the first, unfortunately, tragedy that's happened like this where an artist can go back out. Will it cost a lot? Fuck yeah, it will. But he will get hit. It's, the liability protocols on these are set not just by location and who's going to be there. It's all sorts of points. The pyro's a liability. This is a liability. So they had all the permits in place. Everything was set. What we're going to find is there were systemic failures of multiple areas that created the perfect storm for this tragedy to happen. It could be, you're going to find different levels of culpability. If a security vendor, which is a third party vendor providing security that's hired, which is not uncommon, if they didn't have enough people show up and went across and didn't tell anybody, they're going to have a level of culpability with that breach of the gates and what have you. If there was another side that didn't cover their aspect of it, not enough medical people showed up or whatever, whoever with that third party vendor is going to have X amount of culpability. So the culpability is going to be sorted out, but at first there's going to be a whole shitload of depositions of what anybody did or did not see, so that may be germane to a case or not. That's the part that's going to take a long time. That's the part that his attorneys are going to have to be a part of, all of, to protect him on the onset. And he's going to need pit bull fucking attorneys to keep it all at bay.
Man, pitbull attorneys. Goddamn. Yeah, that shit is wild. Hmm. T Rose, you there, T Rose?
Thanks for breaking that down, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, T Rose, man. So, shit, man. What's your views on this, man? After hearing it from Phoenix, Whack, Chris, what's your view on it, man? Do you think Travis Scott's pockets is still finna get hit hard, or are you more leaning towards that? You got people in place for that. Might pay a little bit, but not hard. Not where he's gonna, come out 30 million out of his damn pockets. What's your view on that, T Rose?
Yeah, after hearing everybody speak, and just gathering more knowledge from it, I don't think it's probably gonna get hit as hard as I thought because I didn't know like a lot of things plays into it. You know what I mean? So, I think it's like Chris said, I think it's still like his pocket still gonna get hit, but not as much as I thought personally. I didn't know like it's other things that goes into it other than that. So, yeah, if his
Whew,
pocket still
hey
gonna get
man,
hit
we
though.
are not done with this Travis.
What? What the hell? The hell are you talking about? What, his pocket's gonna get hit softly? What the hell going on?
No, they're gonna get. He's gonna.
It's not gonna take a major hit. Like it's not gonna be like what I thought. Like stupid millions. Like he ain't giving away no sneakers that I want. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
This
Probably
nigga still worried about them sneakers.
I
the
want
end.
my
What hap-
sneakers.
what
That
happens
nigga
if
said
they
I
come to
want the
find out?
sneakers, not the
Hey,
money.
He's
hey,
focused.
Sibo, what happens if they come to find out that the people were stuck by the needle in the neck? That's what caused the trampling, and that's what caused everything else to a chain reaction. What if that happens?
Into the same like demonic bullshit that's been
They
spent.
did.
No, not demonic. Like somebody was actually in the crowd. Because if you've ever been
One,
to raves or anything like that, you've been to concerts. Shit happens. It's a
wait,
big party. And what if
wait.
somebody finds? What if they find out that somebody has been
No,
stuck
that's a
somebody else with
different
the needle?
story. That's a different story
Hold
because they did say that people has been was getting poked in the neck. So if that comes out deemed to be true, that's a different situation.
I don't think so. So you have intervening and superseding causes, and Chris might want to back me up on this. So even if a chain of events was set into motion by somebody else, the causes of action in the lawsuit that are pinned in this chat do not hinge on the initial cause of the commotion. The causes of action are, oh, somebody's recording me. The causes of action are contingent upon, whether or not they were over capacity and things of that nature that would have, affected any type of emergency, whether it was somebody sticking people with a needle or a fire.
Copy that. Copy that.
The lawsuits are hinged on the outcome of what was the final result of whatever. There's still a level of care that has to be provided. That's the part that's going to be meted out through the justice system. That's what all the depositions are going to be for, is to show. First, they need to create the timeline. Based upon the timeline, they'll look at the failures that created that timeline, and then they'll look at the vendors and the levels of culpability that follow through that.
Man,
But don't think he's not going to get hit. He will get hit because the most.
Oh, his pockets are gonna get tapped for sure.
oh,
The most.
so on this note, I'm gonna end it like this. Um, you know, we want to send our condolences and prayer hands, man, healing hands to the people who was affected by it, man. When you go to an event like this, you really don't anticipate anything happening like this to this magnitude. So hopefully the people get counseling. I know it might have been a traumatic, moment in their life to see these events occur right in front of their face. We also want to send, love and support to try.
To that because
You
that's a whole
trap.
different
It's okay.
conversation.
You trap.
Bro, it
We
don't
do
matter
it.
how you try to
Right,
explain
that's
that
You
the
shit.
whole
It's
believe
double
point.
everything
truth.
the
Right.
white folks
And
tell
No,
you.
no, no, no. I will say 666 does mean manhood
The white
for a
folks are the ones
man,
that taught us
but
666 was bad.
that's a
right,
whole
it's
different
not.
conversation. This ain't a spirituality room. A lot of people not
Man,
gonna understand.
666 is devil shit. Ain't no way around it.
No,
Yeah,
it's
y'all
okay.
tripping
I
here.
mean, that's
No,
just
it's
their
Yeah,
not.
belief.
Oh
God
God.
says.
No, it's not, bro. It's just how you. Nah, don't
I'm
perceive it
scared to
like
even
that.
be in here. I'm scared.
Oh God.
Cause you goofy. That's what you should be scared. Goofy niggas get scared, nigga.
Bitch, you goofy. You put 66 in your name, bitch.
And I ain't
He
scared to put it up here.
childish,
How about that? I ain't scared to put it up here. How
You
about that?
that
Oh.
Shit.
dedicated
What
to the
what y'all
electron neutron.
conspiracy theorists came up
I'm
with
telling
about
you,
the concert? I know y'all be
there is
having
I'm
no
fun.
crying.
there is no conspiracy theorists, nigga. Why is it every time some nigga do
Hey, bro, it was a troll, bro. Just calm down.
we gotta be something demonic or say
All right, so there we go, man. I thought this would be a very interesting, thing for y'all to hear, just to hear it from the lawyer's perspective and the club promoters' perspective and people that are actually in the industry. We can say this and that, but the people that are actually in the industry that knows the in and out of how everything goes on, it's interesting to hear them speak on what exactly is the possibilities that could not happen. So y'all can take that for what y'all want. Just wanted just to provide y'all the audio. And other than that, man, if y'all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. It's your boy Damn D, POV. We out.